All right, guys, mid-September, deer season is here. Some states have started already. Wisconsin opened this weekend. The corn is drying out. The soybeans are turning yellow. I am pumped. I don't know about you guys. The big bucks are shifting to their fall range, getting some awesome buck pictures. Hopefully you guys are getting some awesome buck pictures. Everybody wants to know, what bait can I use this season? How can I kill that big buck? Is there a bait I can use to lure this big buck into bow range? How are these guys killing all these big deer every single year? What do I gotta buy? What do I have to do to get that big buck to me this year so I can finally take down that big buck I'm after? I'm gonna answer that question for you guys. Thanks for tuning in to Natesbowhunting. Last week we were talking how many cell cameras you need on your property. If you haven't checked that video out, check it out. This week we are talking the best deer big buck. Let me rephrase that. Best buck bait you can buy, not buy. It's free, it's natural. I'm gonna talk about it. It's worked for me the last 4 seasons in a row. Take down some real nice bucks on some real small properties. I'm not in Iowa. I don't have 10 different farms I hunt, thousands of acres. 2 small properties in Wisconsin. This buck bait has worked for me over and over again, and I'm gonna share that with you guys. If you love chasing big bucks, well, this is the channel for you. I don't own hundreds of thousands of acres. I didn't move out to Iowa. I hunt 2 small family farms here in Wisconsin. And we're gonna talk about everything from food plots and hunting strategies to take down the biggest buck in your neighborhood. And I put a video out about this last year. For those of you who have seen it, this bait worked for me again in the 2023 bow season. Took down another great buck. And this is a no fail. Best part about this bait is it's all natural. It doesn't cost you a single dollar, guys. Don't waste, I'm not trying to sell you anything. Don't waste your money on this food plot seed that's supposedly gonna get you to shoot this biggest buck ever. Some of these scents that guys claim are gonna get you to shoot the biggest buck ever. What do we got here, Dane?
Corn.
Corn.
Oh, no.
Is corn the secret buck bait? No, corn is a great bait. Guys dump buckets and dump truckloads of this corn out in some states where baiting's legal. And corn is great. Deer love corn, big bucks love corn, but the buck bait I got is a lot better than corn. If baiting's legal in your state, don't waste your money on thousands and thousands of pounds of corn. I've done some land consults, been out to some properties. Some of these bait piles are as big as my house. This is a all natural bait that I can guarantee it's gonna work better than any of those bait piles. Any of the gimmicks guys are trying to sell you, or the food plot seed. I do a lot of food plots. I plant the trees. I do all kinds of habitat work, but bar none, my secret bait outperforms every one of them every single season. So after I released my video last year, I literally had, I don't know how many guys reach out to me and thank me, saying how great this bait worked for them. Worked for them, they watched the video, they kind of thought about things a little bit different, and boom, they took down the biggest buck of their life. As everyone that hasn't seen my last doe video, you're all probably wondering, wow, what is this guy talking about? The best buck bait, better than any food plot or bait pile or stuff you buy in the store. God, what could it be? My secret buck bait that allows me to take down nice bucks year after year, works every single year for me, is does. Just listen to what I have to say about does. So the main purpose for this video is to get back to the basics, to let you guys know you don't have to waste all your money on this fancy food plot seed, all these scents that the guys are swearing works, all this bait in a bottle, dip on apples, all this marketing and stuff to sell you guys to shoot these big deer. Millions and millions of dollars wasted to shoot these giant bucks. It's as simple as let nature take care of it. The does come in heat, the big bucks will come. Over any of these baits, any food plot, anything that anyone's gonna sell you, I can guarantee it. So don't feel like you gotta waste all your money on all this stuff. You literally hold the does on your property, the big bucks are gonna come if you're not over pressuring. Simple as that. That nature's attraction to that doe and estrus cannot be beat. If you have mature deer within a couple mile radius of you, and you got some does on your property, you can bet pre-rut, those big bucks are gonna go where the does are. I hear way too many bad things about does. Having a doe factory, having too many does on your property. You gotta kill does. The DNR said, giving guys, shoot as many does as you want. If you have small properties, guys, you better look at does a little different. You keep those does around, and you gotta have big bucks around. Let's get one thing straight. You can have all the does around in the world, but if you don't have big bucks within a 5-mile radius of you guys, even a little more. How many times have you heard of guys after a giant deer? Nocturnal, nocturnal, nocturnal. And the only time they get him to slip up and they put an arrow through him is when he's on a doe. I plant the oak trees, acorns are great. I plant the apple trees. I've planted a hot doe, all these acorns, all these apples, all these food plots, corn, doesn't matter. Those big bucks are gonna be on that hot doe. And let me get one thing straight. If you guys have 20, 30 does out in your field at one time, I'm not saying you can't kill a doe or two or let your kids kill a doe or two. Good target practice, good meat. I'm not saying that. Even guys I know, you know, they'll have 10, 15 does on their property, and they have no problem bringing in mature bucks every pre-rut and rut on these does. They don't have a doe factory. You know, they don't even manage their land right, in my opinion. And their hunting land is extremely poor. But just the fact that they have these doe groups around, they shoot mature bucks almost every season and have opportunities at some absolute giants. And they're literally doing zero work to their property, but having these doe groups on their land brings in the big deer. Something to think about. You don't even have to do all the habitat work, the food plots, do everything right, have stands in the right locations and everything. If you got a lot of does on your land, you're still gonna have opportunities at some giant bucks. I like doing both. I like doing the habitat work. If you've checked out my channel, the food plots, planting trees, strategic hunting, because I want to greatly increase my odds. But before I even did all this habitat work and food plots, I still shot nice deer. Why? Because I had some good doe groups on my properties. So for those of you that have been following me, you know my favorite food plot is oats. I shot a real nice 10-point last year due to my secret buck bait. And there was a doe group that was using my oats plot every single evening, and this nice 10-point, there were some does in there, and here he comes. Came on a doe. That doe literally brought him right to my stand, 35-yard shot, let him have it, put him on the ground. I am planning on the same thing happening this year. You know, I got the food plots, holds the doe groups, brings in the big mature deer during the rut. If I had hundreds, thousands of acres, I could hold a lot more bucks. I don't have enough land for that, so I make do with what I have. You gotta remember, some of these outfitters and big stars on TV literally have hundreds, thousands of acres, 10, 20 farms they hunt. You can shoot all the does you want, burn out your land. Not a big deal. Go to the next farm, go to the next deer stand. Small properties, you shoot a doe, getting your scent all over the place. You're ruining your hunt for at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If you're pre-rut, not a good time to be getting scent all over the place. So big bucks aren't much different 1 month out of the year as teenage boys or single guys in their 20s. You guys go to the party in high school or go to a bar in your early 20s looking for girls. If there's no girls in that bar or at that party, you think they're gonna stick around? No. They're gonna go to the party up the road. They're gonna go to the bar up the road. If they walk in and there's a bunch of ladies sitting down, guess what? They're gonna stick around. They're gonna spend some time there, right? Same with mature deer. They come onto your land, they find some doe groups on your land, they're gonna stick around. They're gonna check it out. They're gonna investigate. They're not gonna move on to the next property. What's crazy, I don't see a whole lot of videos about this. Reason being is guys are always trying to push a product on you, trying to get you to buy this or that, or do this or that, or hire them for thousands of dollars to come out to their property to show you where to put food plots. I give you guys the honest truth about what works, what doesn't work. I'm not trying to push a bunch of products on you guys. So I put out a video similar to this last year, and at that time I only had 500 subscribers. I'm up to over 4,000 now. So I thank you guys for subscribing. If you like my content, like the channel, please subscribe. Been a fun journey. I love sharing my passion of chasing big bucks with you guys. So thanks for the support. I hope you guys enjoyed my secret buck bait 2nd edition video. I'll probably put one of these out every season. It's worked for me every year. Hey, we'll see if it works for me again this year. I got a feeling it's going to. Check out the channel. I got all kinds of land habitat management work you can do and food plot stuff related. But don't forget this year, the best bait you guys can have is a hot doe on your property. Thanks for checking out the video. We'll see you next week.